Chris here. Just want to go over some meal prep hacks for you guys. Meal prep is a hot topic. You see it all over social media, people posting pictures of 50 different meals they made for the week. It can feel a little bit overwhelming. I'm just going to go through what meal prep actually should look like and just some different ways to make it a little bit easier, less overwhelming, and hopefully just help you make some better choices this week. So the good news, there's more ways than ever to eat healthy foods, and conveniently and without being too expensive. Every time I go to the grocery store, I see new food items out there that are, single serve or pre-packaged or just healthier options that didn't used to be there, that just make things super easy. So that's good news. I think grocery stores are getting a hint that people actually do want healthy options out there. So that's good news. The point of meal prepping is really, it's more about planning. It's to have a plan and know what's coming for the week so you know what to do. So you don't leave things up to chance. You have a plan, you know what your food options are going to be, just to take some of the stress out of it and to help you make better choices and avoid spontaneous trips to like Arby's or whatever. So remember, it's not a contest. Like, your meal prep looks different than other people's meal prep. For some of you, that's going to be making sure you have the right, pre-made options for yourself. For some of you, it is going to be a couple hours in the kitchen because you like to cook and you have the time and it's what you enjoy. Remember, it's not a contest. So when you're looking at the things people are posting in our group, just remember, it's not a contest. People aren't posting that to flex on you and make you feel bad. They're posting what they're doing, and you can post what you're doing, even if it seems like it's a lot less than what other people are doing. That's not the point. We still want to see what you guys are doing, so make sure you're participating in that group regardless of where you're at. So keep that in mind. There's three kind of steps here. Step 1 is to plan, step 2 is to shop, and step 3 is to prep. So you hear people talk about step 3 a lot, but steps 1 and 2 are really where the money's made here. So planning is the most important part. That's the whole point of all of this, is just to give your food situation and the week ahead of you some forethought so you know what's coming and you can plan for the barriers of your week. So I like to sit down on Sundays and look at my schedule for the week and just think, how much time will I have to cook? What are my biggest barriers going to be? What are the days going to be super busy that I need to have really easy grab-and-go options for? And what are the days I'm going to have more time to make a kind of home-cooked meal? And then what steps do I need to take to make sure I can make those happen? And then I make a full shopping list so I know exactly what's going into my cart before I go to the store, which is really important. So if nothing else, even if you don't end up cooking food for yourself at home, it's still worth doing the steps so you know what's coming for your week and you can plan some healthier options. Then we shop. So we have our grocery list, and we're just trying not to leave it up to chance. So since you made a shopping list, that should help you prevent spontaneous buying of, especially things that you maybe weren't going to plan on eating, and overbuying food too. I know sometimes when I don't have a grocery list, I buy way more than I should because I think I need more than I do. And also, just a little tip, maybe you've heard this before, don't grocery shop when you're hungry. You will buy significantly different items than when you didn't. That, Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Ben & Jerry's, the stuff you weren't planning on eating but now sounds really good, is probably going to go in that cart more often when you're hungry if you're shopping. So make sure you have a snack before you go. And if time is your biggest issue, this is, what a time to be alive. You can have someone do your grocery shopping for you. There's any number of different services out there. We've used Shipt before for Target, but you can sign up for these services, and they run specials all the time. I think we paid like $50 for unlimited free delivery for Shipt for a year, something like that. So you just submit your shopping list online, someone goes to the store, buys it, and delivers it to you. Beautiful. Some of them require you to be home. I know Coborn's Delivers actually leaves crates with you, so they can leave refrigerated crates there with all your perishables, even if you're not home. So if you're really struggling to get to the grocery store, take advantage of one of these options. It's worth it for your health and for your sanity to have healthy options there, even if you can't get there yourself. And then the last one here is prepping food. And I'm a big fan of meal prepping items by components. So instead of focusing on I have to make 5 different recipes with 5 different types of protein and all this stuff on Sunday to have all my meals made, I'll make 2 or 3 main meal components that you can kind of mix and match together and then cook them easily in large quantities. So here's an example. I'll make a big crock pot of shredded chicken, I'll roast up a bunch of broccoli and sweet potatoes, and I'll make in my rice cooker some quinoa or brown rice. And then we have a couple different potential options for like sauces or condiments or different flavors, some salsa, some barbecue sauce, or buffalo. So you have these different components And based on how you mix them together and what else you add to it, you get very different tasting meals, but you're still going back to those really healthy, solid components that are helping us move up that spectrum, right? Just helping us make slightly better choices. So we love that. Try and get some good protein, some veggies, and some healthy grains. Ideally, it's something, like quinoa or rice or something along those lines. Sweet potatoes are good. Here's just another example, some ground beef with some taco seasoning. We saute up some peppers and onions. Again, some quinoa brown rice, and then we have different sauce options. And you can pre-pack all this into individual meals if you need to, like for the grab and go, or if you're going to be eating it at home, you can kind of just leave it in one big package and take out the portions as you need it. There's kind of pros and cons to each. And just another example, some steak, arugula, salad mix, roasted sweet potatoes, some goat cheese, some different dressings. Right? It doesn't have to be complicated. You can get 2 or 3 good days of eating out of this with only having to make these really easy kind of bulk things without spending like 6 hours in the kitchen. So the other nice thing, we talked about this a little bit before, there's more healthy options than ever that are kind of pre-packaged and store-bought, which is great. Frozen section is one place to start. So frozen fruits and veggies have nearly identical nutritional value as fresh veggies. This has been proven by science. I know frozen stuff kind of has a stigma sometimes, but there are some really good options. So I love to get like the frozen stir-fry vegetable mix. Makes stir-fry night or curry night super easy. You do that with a rice cooker and some of that shredded chicken, and you have a great stir-fry. You can get pre-sliced vegetables or fruits, and if even just cutting and slicing is taking more time than you want, there's ways to get around that. So it's a great thing. There's more and more healthy frozen options or pre-cut options. Will it be slightly more expensive than doing it yourself? Probably, but if it saves you the half an hour of prep time that you just don't have, it's absolutely worth it. So yeah, pre-made salad kits. You can get some pre-cooked meats and things like that. You just need to heat up. Just need to double check those ingredients and make sure they're not chock full of crazy stuff like high fructose corn syrup and all that good stuff. So yeah, just take advantage of the pre-cut veggie packs whenever you can. And then there's even entirely pre-made meals for you. So something like Origin Meals. If you haven't heard of these guys, let me know. I can connect you. But basically, they will bring you delivery of pre-portioned, healthy, like for athlete type of meals, as many meals as you want during the week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It could literally be every meal if you wanted them to, which is great, especially if you're super busy. You go through those phases of life where you just feel like you don't have a spare second. It can absolutely be worth your money to be buying these meals and then not have to worry about it and just know that you're going to have healthy options all the time. Take advantage of those grocery delivery services. You can even do a little meal exchange with some friends. Like everybody does their meal prep, and then you give each of the other people 2 or 3 meals, and they give you some meals, so you get some more variety without adding any extra work. It's a great idea. Or just get together for like a cooking prep party with a friend. During the football games or whatever. You have your food going in the kitchen, you watch the games, you hang out. It can be really fun. So it doesn't have to be this like entire Sunday soul-sucking experience to prep your meals. Just take some forethought. My favorite cookbook right now is called Cook Once, Eat All Week. It is like the go-to cookbook for prepping by component. She gives you 3 main components and then 3 different recipes. There's 26 weeks worth of recipes in here, and it gives you a full grocery list for each week. It makes it so easy. It's amazing. The recipes are really solid. I highly recommend it. I can bring it into the gym if you want to see it, but I definitely think it's worth it. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you will have to make some substitutions because most of the weeks have some meat in it. But it does always have things listed like to make things gluten-free or dairy-free or whatever. Make it paleo, you can do that too. So check those out. Let me know if you have questions. Just remember the most important thing is just planning ahead for a few minutes. So take some time this weekend or whenever it makes sense for you to plan for the week ahead. That'll really help you make better decisions, keep moving up that spectrum.